tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it
Alright, let's start it there.
yeah. We've been to Koreas before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to 7. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beef. How the saying go, it's a two-way street. Bring me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that you can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue, go and see. We've been to Koreas before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to 7. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Talk big game till you learn it ain't one. Catching nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. Gee, yeah, domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep ducking, this be the season. We're hot when we down and new and our pressures while casually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending and nothing, but we can tell you we frontin'. Try threatening us with a poker, but your face looking all tough. And we calling out all the bluffs and we telling you what is left. And we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've been to Koreas before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. Use the one who will get to 7. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? We eating pasta in your head. It tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah.
I was debating if I should let the song finish, because I'm definitely going to switch over after this. But I don't think I will. I am going to switch to the quieter stuff afterwards, because I need to. That Dram stream was something else. It was. Thank you for the 2. It was definitely something else. I didn't get to stick around for the super chats because I had to prep for this, but I heard that he read my super chat. He told me that he would give me some hats. That's funny. If that's true, that's really funny. Anyway. Thank you for the music, of course. People think that I have pretty good taste in music. I'm just really good at finding the people that I like listening to's music. I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking forward to chugging potatoes with Jim and Catholic Heaven. Was a pretty cool deal. It was. I didn't actually get to hear. People told me that he was unable to accept it because of tariffs, which is kind of ironic, unfortunately. Kind of ironic, but at the same time, it was kind of funny to hear that. Can't really say anything other than just that's just slightly funny because of because the tariffs belong to the party that a lot of people are happy with right now. But people told me I should reach out to him and say hello, so I'll see if I can do that. It's a little funny. It is just a little funny, yes. Just a little funny. Just a little funny. Anyway. Can I tell you, it really sucks when you call out from work because you think to yourself, I am afraid if I go to work, I will still be sick and then I'll have to go home anyway because I don't want to get my coworkers sick, all that kind of shit. And then you tell your boss like, hey, just letting you know, probably won't be able to come in. And your boss is like, we'll feel better. And then you wake up like 2 or 3 hours later and you're like, well, fuck, I could have gone to work today. Just me? Or am I the only one that like that has had that happen to? It's happened to me more than I'd like to admit, unfortunately. Am I okay? I'm okay now. I had a pretty bad fever for like 3 days. Somebody's like, did you get COVID? And I was like, there's no way I get COVID. I can't get COVID because I had swine flu back in 2012 and I've been unable to get properly sick for quite a few years. I just cancel the COVID, Oh, goodness. Anyway, hello, everybody. All my bosses told us to work even when sick. Well, my job is one of those physically demanding ones where if I am so sick that I can't move, he would rather get somebody else to do it. And he does have enough people to do that. Thankfully. So no, he is thankfully... And he understands the situation. I guess something has been going around. I guess. So,
Mama Oko is part of the problem.
I did not catch the AIDS. The cancer AIDS. The gay AIDS.
Akko caught the gay ads.
The gay AIDS. Gay ads. The gay ads is what it calls it. We can say sure that I caught the gay ads. Maybe. I don't know. Caught something. I caught something. I'm better now. All I've got is a headache. that I expect will just go away as I drink more water and boost my electrolytes. I like bought, and I hate buying Gatorade because Gatorade just tastes nasty to me. I would much rather, you know, chat, I would way much rather get Advanced GG for 10% off using code MAMAACO.
For the follow.
Because Advanced GG also has like that kind of shit too, like they have electrolytes and stuff. And but I ran out, so I unfortunately didn't follow the advice of getting my own shit, you know. Try zinc. I was thinking about it. I called my mom about it. My mom's not used to living far enough away from me where she can't do anything. Because every time I have been sick in the past, like serious, she's just like brought me. Because like when we all lived in California together, I was close enough that she would drive up and like give me something. But now that we live in different states, she's honestly kind of like not sure what to do, because she's like, oh, you normally call, and it's like, yeah, I've been fucking dying. Not really, but you know, essentially I've been fucking dying. And you know, it is what it is. The questions we should ask is, what does the GG mean, Advanced GG? I mean, it's probably just GG for good game or some shit like that. I don't know. Advanced good game? Probably. Probably. Anyway. The good news is that thankfully I beat the Gades. Funny name, chat. Funny name. We'll call it that. Sorry for starting late. Here's the thing. Whenever somebody that has a massive audience overlap with you streams, it's not really a spoken rule, but you kind of understand that you kind of should let them go in front, because everybody will watch them and then they'll come over to you afterwards. Like it'll slowly happen, just because, you know, when they're done, people will come to you and all that kind of shit.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
Thank you for the 5.
Future Saint discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Are looking forward to the Congress hearing on October 8th with Twitch. Maybe we'll go from nothing ever happens to something finally happened.
You know what's fun? Thank you again for the 5. I said this on my stream on Wednesday, I think it was. I don't think anything is going to happen. These oversight committee meetings are really just like parade shows for the government to pretend that they actually care about shit. And what's going to happen is they're going to bring out Twitch. They're going to look at Twitch and say, you did the naughty. You allow the evil Hassan Pecker on your platform. And they're going to be like, yes, we let Hassan Pecker on our platform. And they're going to ask why. And they're going to say, well, it's freedom of speech and we're allowed to do whatever we want. And then the oversight committees will be like, oh, but he's super duper bad and you can't let him on the platform because he's super duper bad. And nothing's going to happen, all right? I guarantee to you nothing's going to... Because these oversight committees aren't like calls to... I mean, like, maybe they will do a call to action where like, we are asking you to do something. All right? I don't think, though, that anything is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. And you will not be surprised. I'm going to be really with you. I'm just going to be legit with you, chat. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to, like, fill people's heads with dread or be upset. I'm just telling you what to expect, and that is nothing. And if you expect nothing, you will get nothing, and you will not be disappointed that nothing happened. It's frustrating that you're right. I mean, I'd be awesome to be wrong on that. And hey, you know what? In the off chance that I'm wrong, all right, cool, great. I would be fine with being wrong, to be completely honest with you. Calls for violence are not freedom of speech. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that's what Twitch is going to do. All right? Dan Clancy is going to get up on stage and the oversight committee is going to be like, so why are you letting Why are you letting e-thoughts be on a platform that should protect against children? And why are you letting Hassan Piker call for the death of senators? And Dan Clancy's gonna be like, well, it's freedom of speech, Your Honor. And they're gonna be like, well, no, it's not, because he's inciting violence. And it won't matter because he'll be like, oh, but it's still freedom of speech. That's what's gonna happen. All right. Again, in the off chance that I'm wrong, I'm fine with that. I would prefer to be wrong. I just don't think I'm going to be. I legitimately like because again, these committees aren't to invoke change or actually inspire anything actually happening. They just exist to make the government make you think that something is going to happen. Okay? Safa, India? Yes, we'll get to India here shortly. Although, believe it or not, the H-1B visas cover more than just India. It's just India that has like 70 to 80% of the visas that come from H-1Bs. It wouldn't be the first time a platform gets rules implemented by a government. I mean, you're not wrong. Again, I just don't think that's going to happen. Like, in all seriousness, I don't think so. I just don't have the belief that the government actually will do anything. I mean, like, I could be proven wrong. Maybe the government will decide enough is enough. You know, to be completely fair. Also, thank you for the $1. To be completely fair and to be no, yeah, to be completely fair, the pendulum kind of shifted recently through an unfortunate circumstance. And because of that shift, maybe something could happen. I don't know. 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 But I do think that I just am not on the side of thinking that something is actually going to change. I don't know. I'm curious to see if there are any other people that agree or disagree with me streamer-wise. Have I seen Destiny hating on Hassan? Destiny and Hassan are literally gay for each other. And I say that as a joke, but like... both of them have been in a blood-hatred relationship ever since they were blood brothers. So,
From Mama Oka.
thank you for the
Festiva
5.
sent $5 for more hats.
Appreciate that.
Our
Thank you for
glorious
bringing that
World
up.
Chant warriors have been reserving
I need to
seats
make
on
sure
planes
I,
to the US to stop them before the deadline. Godspeed, you non bastards.
I appreciate you bringing that up because I want to read that. It's a really good one. It's a really, really good one. There's actually a really good story written by I think a Hindi. So we'll read this. It's a great one. Oh, it's a good one. I don't know. 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 I think that the chance for something to happen probably could be raised a little bit. But I don't know. I just kind of doubt it. I just kind of doubt it. Anyway, oh, raiders. Am I getting raided? Oh, Sparky, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Destiny and Hassan operate as the rule of two Sith. Master and apprentice. Hassan hasn't finished off his master. For fuck's sake. I hate that you say finished off. That's disgusting. All right. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway. But yeah, that's happening. We'll see what goes on. If I'm wrong, I will do something. I don't know what I'll do. I won't do something crazy, but I will do something abnormal to pay for my penance or some shit like that. Oh goodness. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Besides me like sitting around all day and flipping between Minecraft and Silksong and doing some cleaning, because like what happens is when you're on the tail end of a sickness, at least this is for me, I get to the place where I'm very bored because I can't go to work because I'm afraid I'm gonna give whatever I had to someone else. Or I think that if I go to work, I will be in a lot of pain and they'll have to send me home and I could get in trouble for that. So, you know, after getting up, I am not sick, obviously, anymore. Still with headache, but, you know, the headache is manageable. And I'm like, I want to do shit. So I spent the day cleaning a little bit after I was done, like, laying in bed till almost noon. And then I was just like, okay. I'm gonna clean, gonna get well fed and dressed, and I'm going to spend time prepping. You know, don't be sick. I you know, that's one I haven't thought of before, Festiva. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that suggestion. That's the one I haven't really thought of before. I'll have to tell my immune system. I do feel bad for my immune system because I do think that my immune system wasn't helped because I'm trying to eat healthier. Trying to eat healthier for sure. Sometimes it's harder, especially when they say that those very naughty donuts are on sale and you feel like you have to eat at least one of them, otherwise you feel like you've been cheated out of a deal. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Is it gonna ping up? It might. I appreciate that. Oh, everybody say thank you if you got a gifted membership. There it goes. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Here, I'm gonna... One is good enough. We're gonna mute that until all of them go through. But thank you, I very much appreciate it. But yeah, so I've spent the day mostly just chilling and like waiting to listen to this gym stream. Now, for those that don't listen to Mr. Medicare or don't know who Mr. Medicare is, I'm kind of surprised because he is one of my inspirations for being a fuck it kind of guy on the internet. Not one of those I want to emulate him, but he's kind of just one of those guys where I feel like I and a lot of other people are inspired by just making fun of bullshit. Is Botrix a bot or a mod? Botrix is a bot. I use a couple of bots in the chat. Botrix is one of them. But Mr. Medicare did a stream on Charlie Kirk today. And it was really interesting. It was definitely really interesting. And I've seen a lot. I saw a lot of people asking if there was a couple things. First, I was in a chat with Sparky while it was going on. So that was fun, giving some live commentary on it. I saw the clip her shared. I have no idea what she shared, I'll be honest with you. But it was an interesting stream. I saw a lot of people get a little upset with his mindset, saying that Jim is not the same anymore, and I don't know. I do think that, like, obviously he's not the same as he was from his Gamergate days. And Jim is not the same even from probably the beginning of the COVID days. I would say that, you know, when you are approaching what you think is the end, your life has a bit of perspective in it. And that's probably what's happened to him. Jim is changed. Jim is the same. Jim is a good Christian boy. It was okay. I think it's great that he's found God. I 100% won't say that. I won't laugh at him for saying I found Jesus. I hope that he doesn't like, and he has said that he's tuning down on the streaming. Now, to be fair, he said that before. We don't really know where he is right now, health-wise. We just know that he's been declining and declining and declining. Oh, excuse me. I guess what I'm trying to Jamesons to James, that would be funny. I guess people's concerns are like how real he's being with his Christianity. To me, Jim is, even though, you know, nobody, especially me, knows who he is. It's kind of hard to say that you know him. So I can't really say whether or not I feel like he is a sincere individual, but I also won't say that he is not an insincere, or is not a sincere individual, excuse me. And so I would just say let it go by the fruits. He does tweet a decent chunk right now. Excuse me. And, you know, he is on his deathbed, allegedly. So I don't really take too much of a onus on that, I guess. I don't really care if he decides to spend his final days tweeting about how much he hates Indians or how much he hates crime organizations, or how much he wants to make fun of people that made fun of Charlie Kirk's death, because he's well in his rights too. I don't know. I think some people were just upset with how he's progressed. I don't know. I don't care. I do think that for me personally, and this is... Sorry, I'm moving around a lot because I'm just uncomfortable with how sore my body is over the last couple of days. My apologies in advance. I think for me, I'm just getting... fatigued is not the right word. It's not the right word. I think I'm just like... I've heard a lot of people talk about this situation. And I don't think he shouldn't be allowed to. I think I'm just like at the point where it's like, I've heard everybody talk about this. And I am ready to start talking about solutions. We've talked about what happened. We've talked about the shit that's gone on. Everybody hates it. The people that don't hate it and the people that act like monkeys, they are evil. I think I'm just ready to be done mourning, and ready to start working on the solutions to make sure that doesn't happen again. If that makes sense. And it's nothing against Jim or anybody that's grieving. I'm just like, I would like to move on to how do we fix this? Like, how do we fix these broken people that are doing these things? I don't know. I don't know. Again, there's time for mourning, and you know, maybe a week and a day is not enough time for some people, and that's completely fine. I think that, you know, Jim is obviously he's within his rights to mourn if he wants to. I guess I just personally would like to move on to the next step. You know, the bastard is in custody. Great. Let's move on to figuring out why this shit is happening. I don't know. Can they be fixed? I would waver to assume so. I would wager to definitely hope so. Ban VR chat? I don't think that you can do that. The VR chat is a platform. It is not like I don't think that's no. Do they want to be fixed? You'll have to tell me who they in specific is. No, don't ban VR chat. I kind of like VR chat, all right? I've met some funny people on VR chat. These monsters can't be reasoned with? No, probably not. And I'm not saying that, like, you try and reason with the monster. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there has to be a solution to stop more monsters from being created. Because, like, monsters are created in the womb. I'm triggering your phantom sense. 4, 5, 6, 7. And you have to figure out what caused that monster to be born in the first place so that you could stop the next monster, I guess. Because, like, I think you're definitely not going to hear me advocating for, like, people's death. Unless the crime fits it, I guess. But we need to figure out what makes these monsters and then, like, stop them from being made, I guess. Remember to glow? Yes. Not even I guess. I know that's how you fix it. You know? Because, like... Can we ban ERP? No, because that's an infringement of your First Amendment. And ERP is so overly broad that you could potentially ban sexting between two consenting adults that are married. I'd be very careful with that. I'd be very careful with that. No. VR chat is Roblox for teens. I'm going to be honest with you. VR chat should be adults only. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I think, and again, you know, I'm ringing on my drum here. The internet is for adults, adults only. All right. The internet was a mistake for children. Okay. Okay. The internet was a mistake for children, and we need to ban it from children. All right. And, you know, then once we ban it from children, then maybe we can start to address some of the problems that we have. Because I think it starts from children. Roblox should just be for kids. No, I just don't think you make Roblox, period. I think making something that can be sold to kids is probably just too predatory. In my opinion, we shouldn't sell anything to kids. I mean, toys are a little bit different, I guess, but... I don't think that we should use the internet as a sailboat for children. I think that the internet should not have been made for children. Or, well, it wasn't made for children, but the children should not have been included in the internet. So just get rid of it. Just get rid of the internet for children. I don't know. That's my take, and I'm gonna stick to that. They should ban kids from the internet without adults having to dox themselves. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how the UK is doing that. I would like to know how the UK is magically doing that, actually. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not. Yeah, I was about to say there's no way that the UK is doing it without doxing adults. Maybe until there's... No. My opinion, no kids should be given internet access until they're 17, 18, all right? They can take courses not in college. They can take courses in high school to learn how the internet works. But, you know, outside of that, we really should not let kids on the internet. You make a token that verifies you're an adult that doesn't have personal information attached to it. I don't know. Maybe. See, here's the problem with that. If you make a token, how is the so the token comes from a company, obviously. How does the company know you're an adult? Well, you gave them some way of verifying that you're an adult. And that information that tells them you're an adult is probably going to be stored somewhere so that they know that token is valid. I'm insane. I'm asking to regulate. No, well, I'm not asking for that. No, I'm asking for parents to do their job. I would like parents to do their job, okay? I have never said that I want the government to take care of this issue. I would like parents to be the ones to actually be the one to regulate that, okay? All right? Parents need to be the ones to actually take care of their children. All right? That's I would say that's a big portion of why kids are fucked up today is because parents don't parent. Like a lot of the fucked up people that we see today is from a lack of good parenting. I have a way to get a token without doxing, but it would only work to prevent bots. I mean, fair. This is a job for smarter people. Well, I'm definitely not smart enough to figure it out myself. I'm just barely getting into, like, very basic computer programming, which I haven't been able to do because I've been fucking sick. Excuse me. Does the Trump yippee ban broccoli? Yes. She wants to. Thank you for... Here, let me... I didn't make... By the way, I did not make the Trump yippee. Somebody else made it. Probably in response to the illegal yippee that has now been made as well. Let me... We're gonna... Now what you have to understand is the Trump yippee is literally just a yippee that, like, I haven't figured out the lore. That's not a spray tan, because the spray tan would be all over. We're gonna say that the yippee put Play-Doh or some sort of orange thing on its face. And then she found a wig. And that's how she became the Trump yippee. And she has a clip-on tie. Where it's clipping onto, nobody knows. Cheeto dust? You know what? That works. That works. I second Cheeto dust. Drink powder. It clips on, no need to specify? Yes. They took the plunge in the orange tang? No, because if they took the plunge, then it would show up. So it didn't. She didn't take a plunge into anything. She just splashed Cheeto dust all over her face, although giving generous coverage to the eyes, not the mouth, which is odd. I changed the illegal yippee's name. No, I already changed the illegal yippee's name. Yeah, the illegal yippee's name has already been changed. Tang Dry Scoop? Yes. Oh, goodness. You guys are funny. Anyway. I'm not a very smart individual. I mean, that's very obvious, I think. I'm a very, I would say maybe middle of the road kind of individual. I feel like I do have the capacity to learn more, but I'm not smart when it comes to solving a lot of these problems. I just propose that they need to be solved because I'm fucking done with seeing half-hearted solutions that don't fix things and in fact make them worse. If that makes sense. And I'm pretty done with seeing my rights as a normal consenting adult being violated because people decide that things are too naughty on the internet, or somebody else has to ruin it by being a mass murderer. And I'm kind of tired of that. Because, make no mistake, as much as I am happy that people are giving a damn now, I talked about this the other day when I was like listening to Shu's video, because Shu brought up a very good point that I don't think a lot of people are thinking of, and that's that, like, Charlie Kirk himself was a very, like, normal, moderate guy. He had some weird and wonky statements that he said, especially about black people, which I didn't hear before. I thought those were kind of crazy. But he was mostly normal. But if him who isn't a dictator dies, my only fear is just like, what if the next guy that people latch onto is a dictator or is bad? Those were out of context. I listen, I thought that they made me laugh a little bit more than they should have, definitely, for sure. So I don't care. I've not read the original quotes. All I've heard is that they exist, and I thought that they made me chuckle a little bit. Anyway, my thought process is, if he's the moderate voice that got a lot of people attached to him, do we have to worry about somebody that's worse? So that's been kind of like lingering in my brain as, you know, this whole thing has gone on, is just hoping that somebody worse doesn't end up existing. I mean, like, you might say that Nick Fuentes is the worst one, but listen, Nick Fuentes is not going to get attention anytime. I will be utterly shocked. Listen, if for some reason Donald Trump gives Nick Fuentes a platform and a stage, at that point I am probably just going to renounce my citizenship and just move to Japan, because it's over. I'm kidding about the citizenship. But, like, there should be no world where Fuentes it comes to that power prominence. But I guess weird things have happened. I don't know. That I just hope that Fuentes is not that guy. Because he is insane. Let's move to Japan? Yes. I'd be fine with moving to Japan. Fuentes has been doing this acid. Yes, Fuentes has been pretending that he's like, Fuentes has been like pretending that he liked Charlie Kirk when he really would like for you to forget. Oh fuck, I forgot to turn that back on. My apologies. Let me make sure that's back on. It is not back on. There we go. Let me replay that.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
Grulgar discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Technically you can say it already happened. His wife is way more conservative.
I would have to wait and see. His wife, his wife is more conservative. I just don't think that his wife is going to be that person. If that makes sense. Anyway. Fuck, what was I saying? Right. So, people are, like, saying that Fuentes is, like, trying to be the whole, oh, I feel for Charlie Kirk. But I think he also would like for you to forget that he's one of the few people that tried to troll and harass Charlie Kirk at TPUSA meetings, which is why he was banned from TPUSA meetings.
From Mama Oka.
Thank you.
Mercenarix21 sent $5 for more hats. I'm not afraid of somebody worse. I'm afraid of the crazies going after the funeral in Arizona while Trump's there. At this point, be ready for anything.
Yeah, that is definitely a valid concern. Fuentes specifically said in his eulogy he saw Charlie as part of the problem. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that he's just putting himself out there for everybody to see. That's good. I don't have to worry too much. I don't have to worry too much about that then. I mean, like, you know, I'll still worry that he'll try to peel attention for his little fan base, but, you know, I'm glad that he came out and said his true feelings. Oh, goodness. I'm fine with that then. Yep, Fuentes, keep doing your stupid shit, I guess. People are asking who Fuentes is. So, Nick Fuentes, jokingly called the Mexican white leader of the, or the Mexican leader of the white race, is a, I have a hard time calling him far right. A lot of people call him far right. I have a hard time calling him that because he is very flip-floppy on what he believes. He espouses very non-right-leaning ideals, and then he also does have right-leaning ideals that he espouses. Like, sometimes he says how he's for conservative ideals and conservative family ideals, and then he says that if you like dating women, that you're gay. Which not true, but that's basically what Nick Fuentes is. He's it's easy to just call him like a government plant or like a government asset, which is what a lot of people believe him to be. I can believe that is what he is because he was one of the people that was at January 6th. A lot of people around him got arrested, but he himself did not get arrested. So, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
Crundle Bunley sent $5 for more
Thank
hats.
you.
Cause Hess a closeted Fed.
He is. I do believe that. I 100% believe that he is a closeted Fed himself. I do believe that. The problem with someone like Nick Fuentes is he is unfortunately able to, I think, mask himself to some people, and some people believe that he is just another right-leaning individual, and people on the right tend to give him a little bit of credence, which they shouldn't. And there's not really much you can do about that, except for point out the times when he's been a shit stain, or the times that he has harassed people like Charlie Kirk, that he's admitted to, by the way. In fact, funny enough, I was listening to his debate with Medicare, which really was more like a screaming match, I'll be honest with you, where he admitted to going to conventions where Charlie Kirk was at just to harass him. And he was okay. He admits years later that he was okay with that, and that he enjoyed doing that, enjoyed like harassing Charlie Kirk and doing all that stuff. So again, if you need proof for that, yeah, just like he is not that good. He's not a good man. So but yeah. I hardly consider that a debate. Yeah, it was really more like two white men shouting the N-word at each other. And the N-word, the F slur, and and trying to see which one could do it more, while the other white man in the chat made thousands of dollars in super chats, while people were trying to say how much Ethan Ralph is a deadbeat dad. Those are the kinds of streams, you know, I could not imagine. I told Rage, if ever there was a time where I could manage a debate, I'm doing it. Like, just thank you for the 10. I appreciate that.
Mercenarix21 tipped Octopus Mommy MILF $10. am serious here. I don't think Romson pulled the trigger, and even if he had help, and that help may try something. Because I think these people are emboldened now. My autism is going off about it all.
Let me finish my previous thought. So yeah, I would want to debate, host a debate like that. You know, I would do like blood sports or host blood sports, excuse me, if VTubers wanted to get into it, just because I think it would be fun to do. I think it would be fun to do, or just fun to fucking host, basically. I do agree that like the killer wasn't alone. 100%, I do agree that the killer wasn't alone. I've seen a lot of people. I don't think you have the heart to shut things down. Probably not. I just let it go on. Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people aren't convinced that the killer acted alone. I myself included. I do think that people are very convinced that the government is somehow involved in it. I don't know. In my personal opinion, I really don't. I would need a little bit of proof for that. To be honest, though, if the government was involved, that's one of those things where you won't hear about it for like multiple years. And then when you do hear about it, it's just like, you know what? I knew it. I knew the government was involved, and my heart was played with again. Basically. So, I mean, like, I could definitely believe it, but, you know, I'll wait 15 to 20 years until they come out with the whole, when they come out with the whole, the conspiracy behind, Charlie Kirk's death. Okay. We're gonna have to glow just a little bit on who we think it is. Okay. We're gonna just a little bit. Just a little bit. Anyway. We're gonna move on to what I feel like will be more fun to talk about here. While I've been talking, I obviously have been doing some AFKing in the background. Thank you, I appreciate that. And I'm gonna throw up the AFK on this here. In Minecraft.
Sorry, Mama, but I've seen too many red flags in this to be convinced that he was the shooter. And I, like Michael Savage, do not believe the FBI official statement at all. Been lied to too many times.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on if you believe the FBI now, because the guy that you like put the FBI that's currently around in charge. I would say that my problem with any federal bureau is that it's the FBI, and the FBI typically is bad. It's never really been a good institution. It's typically done whatever it can to harm the American people, and I've just never really liked the FBI in general. We don't have proof that the FBI is the ones that are in on this, but, you know, I'm just gonna, like I said, 20 or 30 years later, when they unsealed the Charlie Kirk files, the new JFK files here, and we find out that the FBI was involved in it, I'll point from my recliner and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe it actually was the FBI again. But anyway, whoever it was, listen, I think we can agree on one thing. If we can't agree on who did it, all right, we'll agree on this. Somebody helped out with this. Somebody put this kid up to it. And whoever did it, eventually they will be found. Or eventually that evil will come to light. Oh, excuse me. So That's really all you can say about it, you know? I do think there are some things that are sus, but I'm not really the one to... I'm really tired of, like... Again, I've just gotten extremely weathered over a lot of this stuff. I think I'm done eating the black pills, and I'd like to move on and focus on lighter things. So, we're going to move on from that. Like I said, we're going to make a small brief detour while I work on this new goal here. Let me get this new goal set up.
From Mama Oka.
Mercenarix21 sent $5 for more hats. I'd sooner believe Charlie faked it all to get out of the limelight because I know that Alex and Jorge had it out for him, the Soros family.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That would really be sad. Well, and I mean, like, here's the thing. If he did fake it, he'd have to hide for the rest of his life. I can't believe that it's faked, though. I don't know. I can't believe that that's faked. He's gonna fake his death and let a kid go through death row? Unless this kid somehow magically doesn't get death row. That's no. Listen, I as much as I don't want to say I have seen that video quite a few times. And one of those times I almost threw up from it. So I don't think that that's the case. All right, I don't believe so. Okay? I do think a lot of people can act. I think a lot of things can be staged. No, I just don't believe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, listen, it is a nice fantasy. I just don't believe that's... I just don't believe it. Video's too authentic. I don't even care about the video. There are so many people on the scene that observed it. Like, there's a lot of people that would have to be having their eyes lie to them. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna weave away from talking about politics to talk about more politics. In the meantime, before we do that, we're have an intermediary period where I show you Minecraft to get your mind off of the sad politics so we can jump over the funny Indian politics. But I have set up a new goal, just a silly one. We have given the Donald Yippee 2 scoops of ice cream because the Donald Trump Yippee deserves 2 scoops of ice cream. And now there's a new goal. You're going to help the illegal Yippee escape so that she can go home. She's got to go back to her home. She's got to go back to her home. Okay? Oh, fuck's sake. So, if you want to help throw her some monies so that she can buy her Mexican Coke and make small little tacos so she can run home, she'll appreciate it. If it was fake, I would never trust anything again? Yes. Anyway, we're going to take, like I said, a small detour here. Small detour just to help people get their minds off of this here. I don't know if I've ever shown this, and I do have a free cam mod installed just so that I can look at this. Free cam mods are amazing, by the way. I don't know how I've never played without one. It's just like being in spectator mode, only I don't have to switch to spectator mode or pretend that I'm not cheating, but I'm actually cheating. But I really do like having a spec mode because it's fantastic. Either way, so I built this is one of the first things I've started to do in my new initiative. And I'm kind of torn on my later stuff, but I'll get to that in a moment. These are 4 iron farms here. They generate about 300 ingots per hour per farm. So I generate about 1,200 an hour, which is a decent chunk. I could definitely scale up more and build an additional 4 more, which I thought of, but I really don't feel like I need to make more than that. And the reason why is because of just how much shit I make. Here, let's see, where are we going? Not here, here. So I make roughly 64 blocks of iron an hour from AFKing. Okay. So every 27 hours, a shulker box would be full. Which is a decent chunk. Again, this is one of those things where if I wanted to scale up, if I really needed that much iron, I would make more. But for now, it's one of those things where I will just AFK it. I'm probably going to leave my computer on to let it AFK tomorrow while I'm at work. I still need to work on the flowers. Thankfully, the flowers aren't like that fast of a move on, but I do need to get rid of them eventually. Put some in chests for... I'm planning to turn these flowers into dye and just have a general chest for flowers. I can't believe the old man, they first arrested him into having CP on his phone. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I don't know why you would ever admit that. That is just... I don't know. Man, when you're already caught, might as well admit to it, I guess. What's with all the iron? Because you need a shit ton of iron for a lot of late game stuff that you want to play around with. Right now, I am kind of working on a tree farm. Here's the problem with tree farms. They changed how TNT works and TNT dupers work. So I've been looking around for a good tree farm for whatever comes out, everything past 1.21. And I think I found what I wanted, but I have to combine a design for that with a TNT duper, because I haven't found one that like combines both that works now. And I really hate that Mojang has been like clamping down on bugs, or not really bugs, but like they're changing how a lot of these things work to make it worse for people to farm items in the game. And I really just don't like that. I could definitely rant about it, but the fact that Mojang makes the experience of the game worse by taking out features that because they think they're bad, I just don't like that. It's just like, if something is in the game as a bug, you shouldn't try to change it or fix it. Like, you shouldn't tell me how to enjoy the game. Like, they've tried to do that so often with iron farms. Like, the iron farm, thankfully, this iron farm here, I have not had to change for 5 years. It's been the same iron farm for the last 5 years. But they can't actually change how iron golems are spawned without drastically destroying the concept in general. Which I'm sure that they want to change, because, like, the way of getting iron is so broken that like, I'm sure they don't like it, but you can't change how iron golems spawn without breaking the method entirely. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like that they change different things. So I am digging a pit here. This pit is going to be for trees and anything else that... It's going to be for trees and anything else that I need to dump with TNT. I'm learning that I have to make the TNT duper like 20 blocks high. So I'm digging this down, and I'm going to put the TNT duper like up here. And eventually we're going to get going on trees, because I need trees now. And I'm at the point where I don't want to tear up the landscape just yet. Also, I do have to ask final warning on it. All right, final warning, and then I am just gonna mute people. I have very few rules. One of them is spam. Okay, I've tried to be nice about it. It continues happening. Please stop the spam with the Cinder stuff. Otherwise, I will mute, because that, again, that is the one rule that I will be a hard ass on. Is the spam. Anyway. reeling back to this. I really just hate how they keep changing these features. They didn't. Not only did they change this here, I used to remember. All right, I'm gonna go to Stronghold here. I used to remember. Now, granted, I think this is a better method for sand duping. I used to remember when sand duping used to be way less complicated. Or not way less complicated, but like I used to remember a completely different method. I had memorized a completely different method for making a sand duper. All right. But they changed how sand duper, or just like they changed how the interactivity of blocks. Not only did they change how this shit worked, they made it to where mushrooms could no longer destroy ender portals. Because it used to be if you grew a mushroom next to an ender portal, you destroy the frame. And you destroy the frame so that you can throw the sand into the portal. They changed that. And I hate that. The only way you can do it now is by using the TNT method to break bedrock. I will 100% admit to you right now.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
I'll wait for the 5 to go by. Thank you.
Eric's21 discovered Mom has milkers and
Appreciate
gave $5. I had the free beta program at the time and I would have bought this game, but all the constant changes that removed features are why I didn't buy it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I still love Minecraft and will still play Minecraft for a while. I just get tired when they change things that like don't need to be changed. Anyway, for someone asking, yes, if you grew a mushroom, a red mushroom, next to a portal here, all right? If you grew a red mushroom, like a couple blocks away from the portal frame, and you grew it, the outer edges of the mushroom would delete the portal frame when you grew it up into an adult mushroom. And you did that on all 4 sides, and that's how you got this. Now you can't do that anymore because they changed it in 1.21, and I'm in 121.8. So the only way to do that is to use the TNT method that destroys bedrock. I could have done that. I have plenty of TNT. I have plenty of TNT, and I could make plenty of TNT because I still have a gunpowder farm that I enjoy using. But I had spent 3 hours prepping to build this sand duper. I found out that I couldn't, and I should have just tried to do this first off, and I probably wouldn't have been as mad. But I found out that I couldn't delete the thing with the mushrooms, and I got so mad. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just delete it in creative mode. I was like, I spent 3 hours gathering materials, and I can't even break this thing anymore. I'm just gonna fuck it. So this is my sand duper, chat. This thing is fucking insane. I am glad that I looked up a tutorial because this thing gives you a lot of sand, all right? I ran this thing for like 30 minutes while I was cleaning, all right? And 6 or 7 double chests of sand are full. It'll take me a while to use that. I'm gonna be real with you. And if I ran this for an hour, all of these would probably be full. And I don't know what I would do with that much sand. So many chests. Well, yeah, you gotta have that many chests for AFKing. So, I have transitioned from... Now, I went from I need a sand duper, because like a lot of these farms are being built out of necessity so that I can build other farms here. Because I was needing glass, because I was running out of glass, because, you know, I'm working on this. I was like, okay, I need to make glass, but I need sand. All right, now I got the sand. Now I need to smelt the sand. One of the next projects I need to work on is a is a super smelter. So I was going to work on a super smelter, but I ran out of wood, and I was like, okay, I need wood. Wood first, because I don't need glass to make a tree farm. So I'm working on the tree farm right now. This will be the project over the next couple of days. Why do I want sand? It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. Very true. But yeah, I'm going to be working on this tree farm here. I am looking over the different ideas that people have. I'm probably going to have to mix and match a TNT duper and a tree farm, and we'll just go from there. But basically, my next plan is to finish the tree farm, then go to a super smelter, and we'll just move on from there. I also need a cobblestone farm. I need a cobblestone farm, and I need a stone farm. Well, actually, no, you just need to make a cobblestone farm and then smelt that into a stone farm. And then, you know, you just go from there. I'm also looking up things like moss farms and stuff like that. But that's like... moss is like a future thing. Because like right now, I need basic materials to build farms. And then once I get the farms going, I can build other farms when I want to start decorating, if that makes sense. Ow. But the one other thing I wanted to show you guys before we jump into talking about Indians molding is my raid farm, which I did build the other day, but I improved it off camera. So this is my raid farm here. By the way, this design is definitely not mine. The sorting system is a design that I made, but the raid farm isn't mine. Granted, this design is pretty easy. This is a pretty easy design to make. Raid spawns up here. They fall into the hole. I kill them down here, and then their items get sorted. And I have a lot of the basic shit that it comes in multiples sorted, and then everything else just falls into here. Yeah. And yeah, so whenever I am running out of redstone, which I'm running out of again already because I've been working on shit. Actually, how much redstone do I have? I have that much redstone left. Yeah, I need to work on getting more redstone. And the way you get redstone is by witches, and you can do a witch farm in the swamps, which I have not. I don't actually have a swamp, but I'll be working on finding one maybe in the future. I'm just fine with using a raid farm. Because the raid farm I got quite a bunch of redstone out of a couple of bottles, so. But yeah, that's like a couple days of work right there. Which it sounds crazy that that's a couple of days of work. But here's the thing. Building factories when you already have starting materials, because this is my 5-year-old world. I have 5 years worth of materials hanging around in chests. So a lot of that shit I could already work on.
Oh my God, she's got
Thank you for the 5.
Wolf's Pain discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5.
Much appreciated.
Good night, Akko in chat. Got to join the VOD gang because I work early tomorrow.
It's true. I won't be able to stay awake tonight long either. I was thinking about doing a couple of different topics. I might not have the chance to do all of the ones I want to do, but I appreciate that. Anyway, it sounds crazy that that's a couple of days of work, but you have to understand what I'm working towards is... Because, like, the reason why I'm making these factories is because you might think, oh, well, if you need iron, just go hunt for the iron, or go hunt for the trees, go chop down the trees. That takes time, that takes effort, you know, all that kind of shit. So I would rather just get machines to do it for me so that I can get it more faster. And then allow me to get straight on to what I really want to do, which is terraforming and building, which I'm not even ready for yet, but we're going to try later. Anyway, let's move on to Crying Indians, and I'm going to keep AFKing in the background while that's going on. Okay. So, chat. Love him or hate him. All right? Love him or hate him. Donald Trump has I guess, imposed a new fee on the H-1B visa. Now, I've had a bunch of people ask me what the H-1B visa is. It's hard for me to really kind of like explain it in a concise manner that doesn't sound autistic and uneducated. So I feel like I was like looking around YouTube for a good like video on it, and I feel like YouTube just was trying to give me nothing but recent news because I couldn't actually find a good explanation video, or an explanation video that I felt like wouldn't be fake news. So I decided instead to just kind of like read over through Google, and Google is going to help me. And if it's wrong, I'm just going to hope that people are kind to me, because I did do I did try to do a decent chunk of pulling together for this topic, because it's something that's very important to me. But basically, did you just... Farrell posted... Farrell literally just posted what I was about to read from Google. Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate it. I'll just pull it up here. I'll just pull it up in here. All right. So... But I'll read a little bit more, too, because there's a lot of other stuff that I feel like is important here. So... An H-1B visa is a non-immigrant, meaning that they are not going to immigrate to the country. It is important to tell. It is a worker's visa, okay? Meaning that they have to go home afterwards unless they become an immigrant to the country. It is a non-immigrant visa that allows U.S. employers to temporarily hire foreign workers in a specialty occupation requiring theoretical or technical expertise such as a STEM field and at least a bachelor's degree. Now, I am going to tell you right now, it is not always... This is not all true, all right? All right? Because it is not always the case that they are hired into STEM fields or that they are hired with a bachelor's degree. I'm pretty sure that's not always been the case.
Mercenarix21
Thank you, I appreciate
Mom
that.
has milkers and gave $5. Razorfist says don't bother using Google or YouTube because it actively hides information. Instead use other search engines to find the video.
Very true. I do need to start using Yandex, I think, or Bing. As long as I'm not talking about Ukraine, I should be fine to use Yandex without any issues. But it is not always the case that they are hired specifically for STEM fields. I want to say that I've seen them hired for lower wage paying jobs that are not in the STEM fields, that don't require bachelor's degrees, and they are abused by companies to pay people from overseas lower wages, way lower wages. Use Brave or DuckDuckGo. Here's the problem with Brave, is Brave uses Google as the search engine. But like, basically, the goal of the H-1B visa, I almost called it a virus, kind of is being treated like a virus in my personal opinion. The goal of it is to fill, here, as it says here, is to fill shortages, all right? It's to fill shortages, not to take away jobs, all right? There's a very important distinction. It's not to take away jobs from workers that probably would have taken them. But it is to fill in jobs that nobody wants, or that nobody like takes, basically. So like, let's say that the tech industry needs people in their field for a specific number of jobs for a specific amount of time. And they can't find the people in that specific field. Let's say they need a bunch of IT workers. Just as an example, not as an abject thing. And they can't find the amount of Americans to do those jobs. Well, the H-1B visa allows them to branch out and ask other countries if they've got people that can fulfill that. And then that person gets imported into America and they work that job for as long as that job is needed. Should. And I say should because that's not how it actually goes. What actually happens is they will put out jobs, oftentimes lie to people, saying that these jobs don't exist. Then they will go to the government and say, hey, nobody wants this job because nobody's applied for it. And then they'll give it to an H-1B client. Now, if you're curious how they can lie to people, because here's the way that I've understood it, and I could understand it wrong. I have tried to do research onto this, but the way I've understood it is, they have to inform the public. They're required to, by law, to inform the public of these job listings. And if these job listings don't get bites from people, they can go to the government, and I think it's like the Department of Labor or some shit like that, and say, hey, we've tried to advertise this job and nobody's applying for it. Now, a lot of the jobs that you see end up getting pulled by these H-1B visas are jobs that a lot of people are like we're seeing a lot of people claiming I would have applied for this job. I just didn't know it existed. And what people are starting to figure out is some of these job listings, maybe not all of them, all right? Maybe not all of them. Maybe some people just are lazy. But what they're finding out is some of these jobs are hidden through very weird and obscure means. They'll hide them in newspapers, or they'll put them on company boards, like physical company boards, and make them hard to find. But the goal is to say, we've put a job listing in this place for this amount of time that we're required to, and nobody's taken a bite. And if they say that and the government feels like it's satisfied, the government will ask them to pay a small fine, which used to be $1,000, and then they will import somebody to fulfill that job for them. Now, this has led to a lot of...
Oh my God,
Thank you for the 5.
Mercenarix21 discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Yeah, a guy in Colorado I know by the name of Mark and told me about Yandex 5 years ago. Human is wife going to deep dives with proof.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, and what has ended up happening, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised I didn't recognize this. This is something that has kind of been recognized as of this year. And people have started to recognize this because everybody's started to ask the question, because the meme has always existed. Oh, our call centers are populated by, a bunch of Indians. All of our work is outsourced to India. Everybody makes those jokes, all that kind of shit. But people are like now, and I almost joke saying that America's in its racist era, which I don't believe. So I think America's in its era of asking why shit is going on that shouldn't be going on. But like now, people are asking the question, why is all of these company CEOs one specific race of people? Why are all of these jobs being taken up and they weren't offered to anybody? Why is it that all of these listings that we're seeing aren't really like thrown out there into the public? Why does it feel like all of these jobs don't exist, yet they're being handed to people when they should be handed to the American people? And it started begging, and it really started to make a head when Elon Musk kind of, I think he first was a defender of it, and then he saw how bad it was to defend it. He found out really quickly, actually. Elon Musk found out very, very, very quickly. And in fact, you could probably thank him for sounding the alarm on this. But basically, he sounded the alarm on this, basically saying that he used H-1B to get people because, according to him, there were no good Americans. One of his biggest blunders ever, by the way. I attribute that as one of the reasons why he was fired from Doge. And people started to ask the question, hang on a moment. If Elon is doing this, how many other companies are doing this? So, you know, love him or hate him, you got to say thank you for him. You got to say thank you to him for allowing people to see the truth, basically. And so I say thank you, Elon, for that. Did he get fired from Doge? I don't think it was ever really, like, established. He probably... I'm going to say he was. I'm going to say that Trump came to him and said, hey, you fired. I'm going to say he probably was. You know? But, him basically causing that issue is what kind of allowed the entire system to be revealed to the public. And it started a massive movement of people that are just like, what the fuck is going on here? Why don't we get to why is it that these companies are importing cheap labor in the way that they are? Like, why are people importing all of this cheap labor and we don't get really a say on it, you know? And the way that people have kind of retaliated is some people have, I know there's this one Twitter account, kind of legendary in my personal opinion, where they have taken it upon themselves to report listings from companies that normally you don't see in normal places. And like, it's gotten to the point where these companies are kind of pissed off on that, to where I think it was Instacart. I could be wrong. It was something like Instacart, where Instacart tried to DMCA this guy that was showing off these listings, because what the guy was doing is he was scraping websites to find job listings that weren't being normally listed to the public or to job finding websites, and he would post them. Because here's what happens. If a job is applied to by a non-H-1B visa holder, you can't give that job to an H-1 visa holder, because the biggest requirement with the H-1B visa is that they need it to be a job with a shortage. And if the job has no shortage, you cannot go with an H-1B applicant. You have to go with an American first, because Americans should be getting the job first. Why would they sue? Because they want the H-1B applicants. Well, they're not going to come out and say that, but that's what they want. That's what they want. So what ended up happening is, allegedly, Instacart sees that their job listings are being posted in another area, and then they DMCA the guy's Twitter account because, and again, this is alleged here, but like, they DMCA his Twitter account, and he's forced to take down the listings that he has about from that company. And a lot of people are convinced it's because they want to have the H-1B individuals imported in. And I believe that. Like, I don't have like hard-handed proof, but I do believe it. Because a lot of these companies, as of right now, and this has been happening for over a decade. The thing that you have to recognize is this has been an infestation. Does that mean? It is kind of mean to say that, probably, but I don't care. All right? This has been an infestation for over a decade. All right? And you have to understand that these companies already have these kinds of jobs filled by H-1B visa holders. They've already been filled by those kinds of people. It would not surprise me if those people want more of their kind of people working in the company. and again, this is speculation. This is definitely a speculation kind of like idea here. But like, it would not surprise me if they want to get their buddies in, so their buddies can get money, and then that money can be siphoned out of America and sent to their country. So if these people are mad, I'm that is one possibility. That's my rat and a couple other people's rat like thought processes on what it could be.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
Thank you for the 5, Eric.
Eric Heffelfinger discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. The FAFO era. We just woke up from a drunken stupor and are angry the house was burned down.
Yes, we are definitely angry the house is burned down. But anyway, continuing on here. I say all of this because the H-1B visa is something that a lot of people are now very much so upset with. Sorry, I'm moving around again. A lot of people are upset with it. Rightfully so, in my personal opinion. A lot of Americans are rightfully so allowed to be upset because they feel like their country
From Mama Oka.
is not being
$5
excuse
for
me.
more hats. Companies will always seek the cheapest labor they can find to do the job. It's not a race war conspiracy, it's simple exploitation.
I mean, it could very well be that simple. I think it could probably be a combination of things. Very much so, it could be a combination of things. But, brain. I lost it. Right. Never mind, I found it. It is such a controversial thing to talk about right now because a lot of Americans feel like they are being shortchanged real jobs, good jobs. And again, this is not just STEM field jobs. We're talking about normal ass jobs too. All right? We're talking about the normal shit that is outside STEM, outside electronics, outside IT, outside of a lot of different jobs. This shit is being abused to hell and back. There are websites where you can find job listings that are meant for H-1B applicants, and they're for normal shit. And a lot of this stuff isn't going through an annual cap because it's supposed to be capped annually, and it isn't a specific number because there's a lot. And I don't believe that they are doing a lottery system. And the companies that sponsor this kind of shit definitely have some fraud going on. So it's definitely an unpopular thing in the country. And I think that Trump knows that because there's been a lot of sentiment against it. A lot. So much so that Trump has basically changed. He's basically changing up the program right now. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about how he's changed it. There's a lot of funny stuff surrounding it. I wanted to watch one of the clips that talk about it, where he's talking about it. We're going to talk about 4chan's gay op to keep Indians from coming to America. Because 4chan is gay opping an entire country. All the way down to my geography hurts because I'm not going to say names of places. So, all the way from New Delhi. 4chan is keeping all them Indians in their country. And I'm gonna be honest, I find it extremely funny. The name of the 4chan operation is the best. We're not gonna go through 4chan first, all right? We'll get there in the middle. All right? But it is beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, we're gonna read this here. I have a video that I want to show, and then we'll continue here. Okay. So, as the Grok thing here has decided to say, Trump has signed a proclamation yesterday. This was yesterday, requiring companies to pay $100,000. Now, it used to be, I believe, $1,000. I'll be wrong, but I believe it used to be $1,000. Now, this says annually. There is some contested... It is very contested whether it is annually or a one-time fee. Some people believe it is a one-time fee. Some people believe it is an annual fee. If it is a one-time fee for $100,000, it is still $99,000 more than it used to be. That's still a lot of money. What that effectively does is it turns the H-1B visa from something that a lot of companies can abuse to something that only Fortune 500 companies can abuse. Or companies that have millions upon millions of dollars. Because that means that it goes from $1,000 per person to $100,000. And I believe that goes straight to the government, by the way. It should be annually. I would agree with you. Again, I don't know if it is annually or not. I tried looking around, but a lot of people are like so muddled on the information that people can't decide. So I don't know what to believe. But we're going to go with it could be going both ways. But anyway, it is, well, we'll just go with it being a one-time thing right now. So it is changing from 1,000 to 100,000 per person. Okay. As it says here, per sponsor H-1B visa for high-skilled foreign workers, aiming to curb program abuse and prioritize U.S. hires. The policy, which affects tech giants like Microsoft, urging employees to return by September 20th to avoid re-entry issues, has drawn criticism from Indian opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, for punishing workers, while experts warn of cronyism risks and innovation impacts, with Indians holding 70% of H-1B visas. Oh, fuck. That is hilarious. Affected families face urgent deadlines amid personal stakes like loans and pregnancies. Oh, no. Should have thought about that before you came to my country to take its money. I don't care. I don't care at all. So... I just don't care. It's my country, not yours. All right, this is a 2-minute clip from Wall Street Journal where Trump talks about it a little bit. We're gonna play it here, and I hope that the Wall Street Journal learns what. I hope that the Wall Street Journal knows what fair use is, because fair use. I should start saying what Pot Awful says. Fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All right. No copyright infringement detected. All right. Also, really quickly, chat. Make sure you like the stream and sub to the channel.
We need workers. We need great workers, and this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that? Well,
okay. He says that this is going to ensure that that's going to happen. A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people don't think so. Please look at Section 2 of the Trump order on the White House website. I'll take a look if I can. Again, I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical. But I don't know. Yeah, if you could leave a link. Links aren't permitted in the YouTube chat, but you can put it in Managed Democracy. So if you could put it in Managed Democracy and ping me there, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I really don't feel like this is going to do... he says, oh, it's going to help. I don't know. I don't know.
$100,000
per year. So the whole idea is...
Listen, okay. I'm sorry. I have to pause here. This man is so excited, all right? All right, listen, Trump is trying to do his job right now. He's trying to do his job. This guy is excitedly just announcing, this is gonna stop him, guys. We got it going. I love it.
No more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here. $100,000 a year.
Closed caption. Oh, you want me to put on closed? My apologies. Here, we can put that up here. Look at Trump. Also, I guess that's the Secretary of Commerce right there. Oh, does it sound small? Here, I can turn it up a little bit. He sounds like he's doing a Trump impression. Yes.
Year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are...
I noticed I don't know if all politicians do this, all right? He's using his hands a lot. Like, what? Okay, I urge you, watch this man in his hands. He, like, uses his hands with everything.
On board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it. They need it.
H-1Bs are sometimes used by people already in the country legally on other visas or student visas. Does this apply to them or to renewals, or does it only apply to people applying for the first time from abroad?
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide.
Okay, so, and again, this guy is like, I guess, the Secretary of Commerce. He is saying, I guess we'll have to wait and see. If somebody sent me the thing, I'll have to take a look at it afterwards. He is saying it's going to affect everybody. Okay. We'll take a look. We'll take a look afterwards. I doubt it. Will affect everybody. It would be great if it did. If it did, awesome. Awesome. I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Want is that person valuable enough to have $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual, and it's for total. It can be a total of 6 years. So $100,000 a year, so either the person is very valuable to the company and America, or they're going to depart and the company...
Again, he says per year. I mean, that's great. If it is actually per year, fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic. Again, people are still, like, unsure. A lot of people have told me they don't think it is per year. Am I getting the Trump card? If I could afford... Listen, can we... If you guys will... if you'll help me raise the money, sure. Help me raise the 5 million and we'll do it together, chat. We'll do it together. I'll personally go to the White House. I'll ask him if I can go to the White House and get it. I'll make him shake my hand. Put it on my throne. I don't know if they do $5 million. I don't know, chat. That's a lot of money. Press secretary said it wasn't yearly. See, that's the thing that bothers me. You got the Secretary of Commerce saying it is yearly, and you got the press secretary saying it wasn't yearly. Who the fuck is it at? Who the fuck is right here? That's the thing that bothers me.
The company's going to hire an American, and that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense of letting people just come into this country on these visas that were given away for free. President is crystal clear, valuable.
You can see how he looks annoyed. He looks really annoyed right now.
People only for America. Stop the nonsense.
Okay. So he's saying it's every year and it for everybody. He's saying it's for everybody every year all the time. cool. Let's take a look at this here, because this is actually okay. This is the actual proclamation. All right. So this is the actual proclamation. This was what was written. This is what he signed yesterday. Does it actually have his signature at the bottom? No, it's got this at the right bottom. All right, cool. White House wire. Get the... Oh, you can't see it. Fuck. It says, get the facts. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Get the facts. And it's just a picture of Trump like he's fucking JFK here. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so this is the entire thing. I was told to read C here. This proclamation is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural enforcement at law or equity by party against the United States. Wait, I don't think this is what I'm actually supposed to be reading here. Hold on. I think it's this one, actually. I'm pretty sure it is this one right here. Section 2C. Okay, thank you. The restriction imposed pursuant to subsections A and B of this section shall not apply to any individual alien, meaning anybody outside of the country, all aliens working for a company, or aliens working in an industry if the Secretary of Homeland Security determines, in the Secretary's discretion, that the hiring of such aliens to be employed as H-1 specialty occupation workers is in the natural interest and does not pose a threat to the security. Okay. Yeah, that's basically just saying that the Secretary of Homeland Security can say whether or not he wants to waive the fee, basically. I don't know how often that's going to be done. I would hope and pray that if the Secretary of Homeland Security was smart, he wouldn't do that at all. But I don't know. That's not 2C. Oh, is it this? Do I need to read this? Okay, I'll read that. Amal, thank you for the raid. Welcome. 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 Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. The Department of Homeland Security and the Department of State shall coordinate to take all necessary and appropriate action to implement this proclamation and to deny entry to the United States to any H-1B non-immigrant for whom the prospective employer has not made the payment described in Section 1. Okay. Who has not paid the payment? So they have to make the... Wait. Described in Section 1. So, oh, wait. So is this saying that they shall coordinate appropriate action to implement the proclamation and deny entry to H-1B non-immigrants for whom the prospective employer has not made the payment? So they have to pay, do they have to make the $100,000 payment now? I'm assuming they have to make that payment now. Interesting. Amal, read it. What a topic to get an Amal raid from. Well, Amal was just talking about this too, so I imagine that she already knows what's going on. It sounds like it's in effect now, I guess. I guess. Let's see. The restriction shall not be applied to any individual alien working for a company or working in industry if the Homeland Security determines, excuse me, if the Secretary determines that the hiring of such aliens to be employed is in the national interest and does not pose a threat to the welfare of the United States. Okay. Does the lolly know internet jargon? Yes, but I think she's taking the day off today, so I'm not going to bother her too much. I'm not going to bother her too much. Wait, I see a date. Oh, you're right. There is a date. October 1st. So that's in a couple days. That's in like 10 days. No, excuse me. That doesn't take effect until next year. Excuse me. I'm stupid. So they have a year to take advantage of this? Hold on. Let me get in my... Is restricted except for those aliens whose petitions are accompanied or supplemented. The restriction shall expire absent extension 12 months after the effective date. Proclamation starts 21st. Wait. Oh, I'm reading wrong. My apologies. This restriction shall expire absent extension 12 months after the effective date of this proclamation. I'm confused as all fuck, chat. I could just read it from the very beginning. I could just very well do that. I bet this will cause Subway to go under. Oh no. Oh. Those dates make no sense. Listen, I'm not very smart, so I unfortunately cannot explain that as well. This is partially why I wasn't planning on bringing this up, because I was going to read what I know I could read without sounding like a dumbass. This first part here is just talking about the problem in general, it looks like, and then coming down to here. Yeah, so here's by order. This is what you actually need to pay attention to, basically. Yeah, the entry into the United States of aliens as non-immigrants to perform services in specialty occupation under Section 101 of the INA 8 USC is restricted except for those aliens whose petitions are accompanied or supplemented by a payment of $100,000, subject to the exception set forth in subsection C of this section, which we've already read. This restriction shall expire absent extension 12 months after the effective date of this proclamation. Okay, so this restriction will expire next year. Which, yeah, it will expire in exactly 365 days. Congratulations, it is now the 21st. Chat, it is the 21st of September. Oh my gosh. Do you remember, chat? It is the 21st of September right now. Holy shit. Okay. Secretary of Homeland Security shall restrict decisions on petitions not accompanied by $100,000 payment for the H-1B specialty. So they're saying that he could restrict it. He doesn't say he has to change it. Interesting. So he doesn't have to restrict the decision. It just says he could if he really wants to. That's okay. Really interesting. Thank you for the follow. Name. That's a name. I'm not saying that, but thank you for the follow. Let's see. Secretary shall restrict decisions on petitions not accompanied by the $100,000 payment for specialty occupation workers under this section who are currently outside the United States for 12 months following the effective date of this proclamation as set forth. So they could choose to restrict to restrict the decision on petitions for 12 months following the effective date, which is today. He can also issue guidance as necessary and to the extent permitted by law to prevent misuse of B visas by aliens beneficiaries of approved H-1B petitions that have employment start date prior to October 1st of 2026. So we can offer guidance about whether or not it's a good idea to restrict it or not. The restriction imposed pursuant to subsections A and B of this section shall not apply to any alien, to not any individual alien, all aliens working for a company, or aliens working in industry if the Secretary of Homeland Security determines. Okay, we already read that. So he can make, at his discretion, choices to or to not like restrict it. It's basically up to the Secretary of State. If he's like, you know what, we're just gonna let them do whatever, basically. So you know who you have to look at if the secretary, if we're still getting jeets into the country, okay? If we're still getting them flooding into the country, you know who you have to look at, and you know who you have to study how big his bank account gets after this. All right, you know who you have to look at. Just telling you right now. Employers shall, prior to filling an H-1B petition on behalf of an alien outside the United States, obtain and retain documentation showing that the payment described in Section 1 of this proclamation has been made. Secretary of State shall verify receipt of payment of the amount described in Section 1 of this proclamation during the H-1B visa petition process and shall approve only those petitions for which the filer employer has made payment described in Section 1. So they cannot petition unless they get the money. The Department of Homeland Security and Department of State shall coordinate to take all necessary and appropriate action to implement this proclamation and to deny entry to the United States to any non-immigrant for whom this prospective employer has not made the payment. The restriction on entry pursuant to Section 1 shall apply only to aliens who enter or attempt to enter the United States after the effective date of this proclamation as set forth in Section 1. So any point now, basically. It applies now. No later than 30 days following the completion of the H-1B lottery that immediately follows this proclamation, Secretary of State, the Attorney General, Secretary of Labor, and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall jointly submit to the President through the Assistant to the President and Homeland Security Advisor a recommendation on whether an extension or renewal of the restriction on entry pursuant to Section 1 of this proclamation is in the interest of the United States. So they're going to have to decide if whether or not after 30 days this is actually useful or not. Section 4, amending the prevailing wage levels. Secretary of Labor shall initiate a rulemaking to revise the prevailing wage levels to consistent with the policy goals of this proclamation, consistent with these sections. Secretary of Homeland Security shall initiate a rulemaking to prioritize the admission as non-immigrants of high-skilled and high-paid aliens, consistent with these sections. Basically, they're making it to where they have to be paid a normal wage. Because some of these H-1B visa applicants came in making dirt cheap money, because they came in being okay with making no money whatsoever. And the president is forcing them to be paid normal wages, which, hey, great for these H-1B applicants, bad for these companies who want cheap labor. So now they're going to have to deal with, do we really want to pay $100,000 plus the normal wages that we have to pay them, which might include insurance and pensions, if they even come with that? Or do we want to just pay a normal American that probably will cost less to train, is now the question that they're going to have to ask. I guess they put in what I was hoping, getting paid the wage for the field. Yes, they should, 100%. That will stem the flow a lot by forcing them to pay what people should be earning. If they do that, it will be a lot better, in my personal opinion. So I'm glad that they're doing that. Nothing in this proclamation shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof. Functions of the Director of Management. This proclamation shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of prohibitions. I can't speak tonight. Proclamation is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law, or equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. So, from what I'm understanding here, takes effect today on the 21st of September. Kind of funny. Companies that don't pay the fee can't let those people in. After 30 days, they're going to assess whether or not this was a good idea. And companies have to pay the proper wages to any of these employees that come in. So they can't make dirt cheap money anymore. They have to make normal wage levels, basically. Foreign workers will be waged at standard market. Yes, they will be forced to be waged at standard market, which means that basically, instead of having to compete with somebody that makes way less than you, now you're going to have to compete with somebody that will be forced to make the same amount of money as you. And the companies will have to determine whether it's cheaper to pay $100,000 to import somebody and then potentially house them, or is it cheaper to just hire you? I don't really know how much it costs to actually, you know, I could look it up. How much on average does it cost to hire and train a new employee in STEM jobs? Well, I would show my screen, but it is doxing me right now, so that's really nice. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is just deciding to show my area right now. Thank you. Thank you. You're just gonna have to take my word for it when I read this from Google. So I asked Google, how much on average does it cost to hire and train a new employee in STEM jobs? I don't know if this is area specific, but at least in the area I live in, hold on just one moment. It costs anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 for different technical roles, with some sources estimating the total first year cost to be up to 50% more than the salary. Okay. So, way less. Way less than it costs to pay the fee per applicant that may not even get approved, by the way. So, in my personal opinion, it would be way less expensive to hire somebody in the state to hire and train and retain them. Because again, this is a job that could only last for 6 years. Than it would be to pay $100,000. Now, that may be little money for some of these companies, sure. And some of these companies may not care. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. Some of these people are going to be like, you know, we could really save $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 per person if we just hire Americans. That's not a bad idea. Just hire Americans. Give them health insurance. You know, that's not a bad idea. Switching to L1 visas. I don't know much about the L1 visas. I hope Amal does. I'm betting Amal might know a little bit more than me. So hopefully she can talk about that. But let's not talk about that right now. All right, we're not going to talk about that. Let's laugh at these people in the H-1B subreddit that apparently want to die now because they can't use these visas. I don't have a Reddit account. I got rid of my Reddit accounts, but can still go through this. I love how the first rule is xenophobia. First rule, no xenophobia. Remember, guys, no xenophobia. Also non H-1B, so you can't talk in this subreddit if you're not an H-1B. They should just lock the subreddit. What is this scam section? Oh, that's funny. Anything that circumvents H-1B or helps to circumvent H-1B's rules is not allowed. That's funny. That's funny. They only want their Jeets in this. They want Jeets only. This is a Jeet only subreddit chat. We want to spare this sum from clutter, people ranting. Well, that's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen. I love this. This first post. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's really funny. You guys realize people are exploiting you for cheap labor? I love that. That's funny. Can we read the rules? Hello. Have you looked at the H-1B subreddit?
Yeah, I did. I had some screenshots from some of the posts on that, so that was funny to laugh at them.
The first rule is no xenophobia. And you can't post if you're not an H-1B applicant.
I've seen people post on that subreddit, so they're either bad at modding or yeah. No, I can hear myself, by the way.
Oh, you can? I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can only hear you once. What the fuck? Is it because I'm... Hold on. Oh, that might be why. Is that better?
Yep, that is.
All right, cool.
No echo.
Perfect. No yippee? Yeah, I have to fix the yippies because fucking reactive Fugitech broke everything, and I don't know how to fix it, and I can't really. I'm not gonna fix it tonight. Instead, we're just gonna I have two things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the 4chan thing eventually, and I wanted to talk about some of the HB1 posts on the subreddit. I wasn't gonna sort by new. I think we're gonna sort by hot. I want to sort by hot because I'm sure some of these are really good. Okay, I'm gonna start with this post. This one's good. Too many racists invading this sub. What's with this influx of people bombarding this sub with racist comments? An Italian guy commenting about H-1B and hailing victory? What the fuck is happening?
I like how one of the comments is saying that they're posting screenshots of this Reddit on X, that's why. To brag about how racist they are? Oh, buddy, if only you knew.
I took screenshots of Google searches for training and hiring. I see them. That is way cheaper. Yeah, because we were talking about how by raising that cap to 100,000 and by forcing companies to pay full wages instead of way cheaper labor, it's forcing companies to think of whether it's cheaper to train a new employee and retain them rather than just pay $100,000 and then pay the same wages to a H-1B applicant. And I think we came to the conclusion that it is cheaper now to just hire an American applicant, which is good.
I mean, it's good, but it doesn't solve the problem of all the ones that are currently in here because that fee is not retroactive.
No.
And that's a huge problem in itself. So.
What's dumb is oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's not the win that people were promoting it as, because if what it was yesterday would have been an absolute slam dunk cakes against the H-1B program in general with it, but today has definitely neutered that win quite severely to the point where it's like shell of what it actually is. Yeah, it's still good, but it's not solving the problem either.
No.
No,
it's not. No, it's not. It's it definitely is not. Hold on a moment.
I heard because I was listening to the stream while I was taking care of my dog and stuff. But that somebody brought up the L1 visas too, so that's not gonna help.
No. Do you know much about the L1 visas? Because I don't.
It's still something that is relatively new to me, so I'm not like an expert in any way, shape, or form with this. But it's just like pretty much the entire visa program is easily abused by these people, and they do so on purpose. And actually, a lot of the Indians have come over on the L1 visa with it, and there are many Indian content creators who make videos going over details about this. Do you want me to put a link in the chat here?
Yeah.
Or is there a specific one?
No,
Okay.
go right ahead in the
So this
friend
is
chat.
this link that we did. I watched on my stream that I did earlier, where it's an Indian woman explaining how to use the L1 program to basically get into America. So that was cool.
No way.
There's another Indian account bragging about how everyone's on L1s and that MAGA are idiots for falling for the H-1B talking points. And then there's another Indian also talking about, you have to scroll down for the comments for this one that I just sent, talking about the L1 program. And so, the H-1B stuff is actually is an issue, and there's a lot of problems with it, but a lot of them are also using these other visa stuff too, including the L1 to get around it. Including the O1, which is what I believe, and I can chat, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I believe the O1 is what Elon is on. This is what's supposed to be for the best and the brightest, the actual geniuses to come in. And they're also trying to use the O1 system. So this is a problem that is not actually being solved. Like this is just a band-aid on a flooding ocean, essentially. Of a downpour. Yeah, for this one that you have on screen, you're gonna have to scroll down talking about being in L1. Oh, it's not showing on your screen. I wonder if it's been deleted or something like that. Oh, that okay, so sorry. The app to L1 Whaleho, that's Hindi for him saying that you're on L1 and his response saying, I know, but the timing though.
Wow.
I had to use Google Translate for that, and then there's other comments from other Indians talking about the L1 in his post. Obviously, there's people talking about how to, he needs to be deported, so might be a little bit careful scrolling. But there are these small Indian accounts that are tweeting about this and not going viral, but they're basically bragging that they're still avoiding the H-1B system.
Jeez, this isn't. I linked the government site for L1s. Okay, we probably won't look at that tonight because I don't feel like we need to look up the whole one on that tonight. But this is just, oh my gosh, you can't be more racist, chat.
oh. Other than the H-1B stuff, I was talking about how, stop me if I'm getting too ahead of myself. I was talking about Ilhan Omar and how Trump wants to get her impeached. And we're watching videos about her and how she is purposely trying to use the U.S. government to promote Somalia and protect Somalia. And that she basically is loyal to the Somalian president. And everything like that. So yeah. You can definitely get more racist.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I try to cap it just a little bit on my streams. Not to use you as the example, but ever since what happened to you, I'm just like, okay. Unfortunately, YouTube is not YouTube is getting better, but YouTube doesn't want that.
Yeah. I'm sure the Indian CEO doesn't appreciate it.
Probably not. But, oh man. Yeah, I just think that, it's nice that Trump is doing this. I just think that, it's gonna take more to figure out all of the issues and then beg for them to be... you essentially have to wake everybody up to the problem and then basically convince the president, hey, we won't vote for you or vote for you for anybody you like if you don't do this. Basically. That's what happens when you've got constituents that you voted in. You tell them you do what we voted you in for, otherwise we're not voting for you again.
Yep. I wish that was the case. I know Trump's been joking about, running for 2028. But yeah, this isn't there's been a whole cycle of trusting the plan and chimping out. It's given me, whiplash going back and forth like this.
Yeah. I like this. I'm not even on H-1B, but my gosh, the hate and racism is bolstered. The hate is insane. People need to understand that H-1B was never the problem. It was offshoring. Now this proclamation just boosted offshoring. I'm pretty sure Trump has been trying to push offshoring back away as well. I don't know.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, it still hasn't been super effective, but he has brought a decent amount of businesses back to the U.S.
Yeah.
So that has been pretty good.
Well,
so.
I think that Apple said that they were going to start producing shit in the U.S. now too. Pretty sure I heard something about that.
I can't remember the top of my head about that. I know there's been a decent amount of car plants coming back to the U.S.
Okay. I have no idea. No idea. Let's see. Oh, they even have lawyers. They have lawyers talking about this. Our Fang, I don't know what Fang is. I'm guessing that's a company. Our Fang company lawyers confirmed H-1B related facts. Current H-1B is not affected. Renewals most likely not affected, but not to be sure. We'll find out more next week. No other visa. This is probably all correct. New petitions after September 21st. Yes, affected. So everything after today, basically. Okay, I don't want to read that one. That one doesn't sound funny. I want to find funny ones here because a lot of these don't sound funny.
I had some funny screenshots from it, but that might be too spicy for your stream.
You can send them and I can make determinations.
Okay. I will do that. Give me a second.
Okay. It's a long road. Don't argue. Chin up. It's going to be bumpy. Uncertainty remains until GC. Advocacy. Educate people and those in power about the benefits and hardships. Upskill. Don't settle in your comfort zone.
So the first two I just sent might be a little bit too much, but the third one should be relatively okay.
Okay, hold on a moment. Oh, I don't think I can read that one, sadly. That one, I saw somebody... Okay, the second one, I've seen the second one posted a lot. This, I'm not going to read it out loud, but I'm going to read parts of it out loud. I'm pretty sure this was deleted because I've been unable to find it. This person...
Well...
Go ahead.
See how viral it went on Twitter. I don't blame him for deleting it.
This individual says, I'm ending it myself. I can't return to India. I can't imagine living in India again. That's they're just admitting that their shithole country sucks, so they want to come and shit up my country.
Yep.
Oh. So ending yourself is better than building in India your home country. Yes. As someone from India, yes.
That may remind me of another one that I saw today. And I just sent a link to about somebody actually saying that this wasn't from the H-1B subreddit, but they were saying why they moved from India to Canada, then they moved from Canada back to India to take care of their parents. And now they're moving back from India to Canada again because they can't stand living in India for all the reasons why everybody shits on India.
Okay, let's read this. Subreddit's called Back to India. This is a 1% poster here. We've moved to India around a year ago from Canada and decided to move back. We moved for our parents, but we've decided to return back to Canada due to a few reasons I'm posting below. Oh no. We were caged in our own cage in India since outrageous air quality. I had burning eyes. That's disgusting. I can't go out much and feel like prison. Eating out has been notoriously bad. They use bad oil, bad dairy products, and unheard of chemicals. We barely eat out. It was probably, you know what, besides everything else, not eating out is probably a good thing. Hygiene is not good by any means. You can't or don't eat at 5-star establishments every day, but elsewhere, kitchen is dirty and cook is filthy. Roads are very bad in most part of country. Can't drive anywhere straight like Canada. Going on road feels like going on war. People want to tailgate you, honk for no reason, cut you off without signals, and yes, so much road rages and fights. So much noise of different festivals seems unbearable. Dirty politics at every level. Caste difference seems to still be even huge. I'm noticing I'm at the bottom here, and I don't see one specific thing that everybody makes a joke of, and I wonder if they just decided not to mention it. So much drugs and gambling addiction in youth causing serious impact on society. I can't see my kids growing up in this environment. Oh my gosh. Holy shit.
At least this one's self-aware to acknowledge the fact of why India sucks.
Yeah.
Just not have to realize that they're turning into the rest of the world and that too.
Yeah. All right, chat, you gotta glow a little bit more, all right? Please and thank you.
Glow a little bit more, damn.
Yeah, just glow a little bit more, chat. Remember, for $1 a month, you can glow as hard as you want in the chat with special emotes. Oh, fuck. You imagine a country filled with doctors, engineers, and future CEOs would be better? It's a good point. They're all future CEOs and doctors. Why can't they be doctors in their own country? Okay, Jawad, I need you to calm down. All right, pretty please. Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you want to make a more of a left-wing argument against this, against them coming, you can. If they really are doctors and engineers, the best and the brightest, then isn't it cruel? Isn't it mean to actually take them from their country and that they, instead of keeping them there, to actually make them a better, make India, a first world superpower star,
Gosh. I see exactly what you did there. And you're right. You're right. Why would we steal very good doctors, CEOs, and engineers from a very poor country that obviously needs the help when they should be helping their fellow man? That's very, very selfish and American of them.
Yeah, isn't it, colonialism or imperialism or, whatever they want to say about it? Isn't it so mean and evil to do that to that poor country?
Yes, it is. Holy shit, that's fantastic. I didn't think of that. It's beautiful. Oh, fuck.
Oh, give me 1 second. Dog wants attention.
You're good. Oh, fuck. By the way, Kruger, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, fuck. That seems like colonization. We don't want to be racist by denying India access to their own brilliant minds. I know. We should force them to stay and help their own people. It's horrible that they won't help their own people. That's very selfish of them. Oh, fuck. That was fantastic. All right. I'm going to read a few more of these. Then I want to... Did you read what 4chan has been doing?
About the flights and blocking that?
Yeah, I don't know if you've read what they're calling it. Don't say it out loud because I want to share it with chat when we get to it.
Okay.
But
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's what I called my stream tonight.
The weaponized autism that I see from 4chan, I wish I could harness that. It's fantastic. Would Japan tolerate them?
Close.
No, chat. Japan is going to start tolerating everybody less, and you can blame America for that. More than America, but... Oh, fuck.
I was gonna say they're not tolerating them. I covered the Japanese response to their government opening their borders to Indians, and it was interesting. They were not happy.
Their prime minister, like, he stepped down. And he was the one who did that. He's like, all right, I'm out. Sorry, somebody else can do it. So...
Yep, I mean, it's still going to happen regardless, but yeah, they're definitely not tolerating it, and they already actually have a decent Indian problem as it is.
Yeah. They could go to Canada. Canada will accept them. It's fine. How is Ireland?
I have a decent amount of Canadians in my chat, and yeah, they would say otherwise. They definitely would say otherwise.
I'm sure. Oh, fuck. Japan just got China out and Ethiopians came in and filled the gap. Now Indians, yeah, Japan's not happy about that. No, 100%. They're not going to be okay with that. They all want to move to Canada. That's funny. I have experience in internet datas. What internet datas, sir?
Pretty much every single post that I've seen from the H-1B subreddit has, even the one with the whole, like, talking about moving back to Canada from India, has bad English. Like, I know I'm retarded, so, like, when I speak, you know, that happens, but, like, when it's every single time, it's just, like, you just fit the stereotypes so much. It's just, you just can't.
They go to Canada, they'll fake being engineer. Do you know the fake engineer meme?
Possibly. I'm mainly thinking about the college mills that they have there for their fake degrees.
No,
so
you know that Mudahar was exposed for being a fake engineer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The stereotype is stereotyping once again.
Yeah. The stereotype that owns 7-Elevens is a fake engineer and also apparently trades in cryptocurrency and owns his own business.
Christ. Oh my god.
Mudahar's a living. The only thing he doesn't talk about is how much he shits his pants, which I hope he doesn't do. He doesn't
shit his pants. If he fulfills the stereotype, it would be on the streets instead. You know. I think he's aware that he probably shouldn't do that.
No, I think he instead just has narcolepsy. Oh, fuck. I wanted to read this because this is apparently allegedly sent by Microsoft. This was sent 14 hours ago. New travel restrictions for H-1B visa holders. Hi all, we have now reviewed the actual text of today's presidential proclamation, which you can find here. Restriction on, the White House. Here's what you need to know. First, the proclamation is structured as a travel restriction beginning at 12:01 on September 21st. So right now, individuals will not be able to enter / return to the U.S. in H-1B status unless their petition has an additional $100,000 payment. So Microsoft is telling, wait a minute. So people, maybe Microsoft is misunderstanding wrong, because Microsoft is telling the H-1B applicants that they need to come up with $100,000. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, this is allegedly the case, and seeing how the H-1B subreddit has been trolled since this has come out in the past 24 hours, I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt myself personally. But a lot of people did actually believe that, so I mean, it's possible, but I would imagine that they have a better idea what's going on than the Twitter posters do.
I would hope so. I would hope that Microsoft had their lawyers look over it before they sent something. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because the White House come out and said, you know, this shit's not true, so...
Yeah. So this is what Microsoft says what to do. Here's what you should do. If you are an H-1B status and are in the US, you should remain in the US for the foreseeable future. Just don't leave the country. Fucking stay here. You can't go home. We don't know how this will interrupt your travel plans, but the critical thing is to stay in the US in order to avoid being denied re-entry. While the proclamation doesn't reference H-4 dependents, we also recommend that H-4s remain in the US. If you're in H-1B or H-4 status and are currently outside the US, we strongly recommend that you do what you can to return to the US tomorrow before the deadline. Good luck with that. The proclamation was released within the last 30 minutes, so we realize there isn't much time to make sudden travel arrangements. But again, we strongly encourage you to do your best to return. I'll be updating this post later in the evening with a form for people to fill out if they are currently outside the US with an H-1B visa. We want to be able to follow up with each individual and provide support and guidance as they try to return within the next 28 hours. The proclamation does not impact any other visa statuses. There is other content about the pause in processing HB1 petitions for individuals who are outside the US at this time. We do not interpret this to immediately impact extensions of the status or changes of the statuses as long as you are currently in the US. We'll share more about this later. I know these developments are creating anxiety, and uncertainty for many of you. While we don't have all the answers, we ask that you pray to. So Microsoft is like, guys, if you're outside the US, you better spend $500 or $600 getting your ass back to the US right now. Otherwise, you might not get back in. I love that. Again, if this is actually from Microsoft.
I'm still pressing X to doubt on this personally myself. Just something just seems off about this. But then again, the White House also said in yesterday's meeting that it's supposed to be per year fine, and that's not the case today. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because this next one is saying that the press secretary clarified basically. Lots of clarifications from the press secretary. Let's see. Matt is not mathin'. That's awesome. Excuse me. Oh, here's one. As a spouse of an H-1B holder, I am so exhausted. It's such a roller coaster and a headache. My husband lost his job the first week of August, and he barely managed to get a new job within the 60 days this Friday. First, the 50 days we are fearing, and NTA, now this rule of 100K. It's been such a whirlwind of ups and downs. I'm genuinely exhausted. Oh, your husband should, work in his country. Random individual. Let's see. I love this quote post. People can say what they want. H-1B holders will do really well for themselves no matter what.
Right. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Excuse me.
God, I hope that's true. I hope that's true. God. I mean, they have to be, right? It's a big sub. It's not the first time that the H-1B sub has been posted on Twitter and gone viral. Ever since the H-1B Christmas fiasco that happened back in December last year. They have to be aware that this is just a cesspit of just how to basically scam the system, right?
For those that
again, I guess that's relying on the government to actually be competent, and that's
yeah.
Ugh.
For those that are listening, this post is titled USCIS may be monitoring this sub. Stay safe, all. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll use the... This post was deleted.
What did it originally say?
I don't... Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hide my screen for a moment. The post was deleted,
No.
so I'm upset. Boo. But it was saying that 4chan was like, okay, so we'll just jump over here. We're gonna jump to the Hindustan Times. Is that a real Hindi application?
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, supposedly in New Delhi, it's 31 degrees Celsius, so they're doing a good job of replicating it's real.
Chat, this is what we're gonna end off on, chat. This is what we're gonna end off on. This is what we're gonna end off on, chat. 4chan users raising the US-India airfares amid Trump's H-1B rule change. What to know about, quote, Operation Clog the Toilet, unquote. Oh my gosh. Somebody sent me a picture from 4chan.
Yeah, I had that up on my stream earlier too.
Is that Euros?
And the best part is, the person is French too. Who did this?
Is this Euros?
Get wrecked.
You're right, they are. What? You know what? Any 4chaner that's French that does this, I think I'm okay with them.
You're the one frog that will not be boiled. You're a good one.
Holy fuck, I guess, I'm having trouble breathing right now. Oh, fucking deceased. Yeah, me too. Oh, so chat, what this person on 4chan is saying, I'll read it out. Just reposting this one. I've got 100 seats locked. Get wrecked, Poochies. Holy fuck. Oh, give me a moment.
Well, chat, since Oko is dying, I'm assuming from the smell that the clogged toilet is giving out. I guess I'll entertain you for a couple minutes while he calms down here. He needs to get some air fresheners in the bathroom and meditate, get that incense out like an Indian temple. So
I just be burning the sage. It chases away all of the evil spirits. Oh fuck. So chat, this person booked. Don't they overbook flights? They do. They do. Now, I don't know if this person actually spent 3,500 euros on this. I don't know if that's actually like he spent that much money. That's a lot of money to spend.
So, I have a post actually explaining how to do this from 4chan. But basically, all you need to do is just hold it, and usually most airlines allow you to hold it for like 15 minutes. And it's reserve your seat while you're supposed to be going through checkout. And you just keep on doing that over and over and over again, and just make it impossible for them.
I see. So people are literally just sitting and hitting refresh.
Yep.
That's the best op ever, man.
And have multiple tabs open from different airlines too.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's how they're doing it with clogging the toilet.
So chat, just give you a comparison. This person has roughly raised the price from to over 4,100 USD for plane tickets.
Mom discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5. Oh God, Mama, I can't wait for Internet History.
I hope Internet History does the video on this.
Use the anime image of that one girl who doesn't flush the toilet.
Yeah. Okay, let's calm down a little bit. Let's where is it? Right back here. All right, let's read this. Let's see here. I'm going to skip this first bit here because this is all shit we know. Within 2 hours of Trump's statement, the cost of one-way tickets from New Delhi to John F. Kennedy International in New York increased from about $420 to $794 to $908. Amid this, users on 4chan and anonymous messaging and sharing platforms share that they made a concerted effort to try and pump up airfares to inconvenience Indians who tried to make it back to the U.S. before the 21st, fearing that they'd have to pay $100,000 for re-entry otherwise. Those on the anonymous image board website called this effort Operation Clogging the Toilet. What the users tried to do. The post by a user on 4chan read, excuse me, quote, Indians are just waking up after the H-1B news, want to help keep them in India, clog the flight reservation system. And went on to detail that one had to go to Google Flights and search for common India-US flights. Then they'd have to initiate the checkout process, not actually buy the tickets. The post detailed that during the process, the airline would hold the seat for 15 minutes, locking out actual potential passengers. Don't check out. Leave the window open for a full 15 minutes, the post advises, then asking people to repeat the process. One 4chan user shared a list of top 25 highest traffic India-US flights. A profile in X shared more responses from 4chan users who went through it. I got 100 seats locked, said a person. And then drama alert showing that it costs over $4,000 per person. While current While current H-1B holders don't have to worry about the $100,000 fee upon re-entry to U.S. companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and JP Morgan have instructed their HB1 workers to remain in the U.S. or return right away. Oh, that's interesting. So they're saying that Amazon, Microsoft, and JP Morgan have instructed people to return as fast as possible. Interesting. Interesting. That's funny. Holy shit. Oh, goodness. Indians plead to get off chaos on the plane after H-1B. Sorry. Oh, that sounds funny. I won't.
Oh yeah, I did see that too.
Let's see. Let me look here. After his decision, a scene of chaos abruptly unfolded at San Francisco International Airport, where passengers taking an Emirates flight bound for India began to disembark before takeoff, fearing they might not be allowed to enter the U.S. That's funny. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, chat. I feel like that's a good clogging point.
What?
No. Wait, you want to get the plunger out?
Yeah.
And you know.
It's a good
Flush down the
clogging
bowl?
point. Something like that. Hello. I feel really bad. Hello, Kendra. I feel really bad because
Hello.
I was planning to do that video tonight.
Did you want to do it later, or did you want to do it later? You sound tired.
I was gonna tell you after I ended that I unfortunately can't do the video tonight because it's almost 1, and I'd like to. I actually forgot to make dinner, so I was gonna make some dinner and then go to bed.
No, I totally get it, dude.
So, but I do
Trust me.
appreciate it. I think I'll do it next week sometime if that's all right with you.
No, that's totally fine. I probably should have asked before hopping on.
You're good. I love your Fugi though. It's cute.
Thank you. You can thank Ari for this.
Oh, Ari made that.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. All right. Anyway, chat. Thank you for coming by today. Go live again, Amal, so we can reach you.
No, I need to get food myself.
Same. Valid. Thank you, Billy, for being a member for 11 months. No, we're going to raid Mizu. I think Mizu's live right now, so we're going to do that. Chat, tomorrow's Dog Wave. Very fun, very cool, very awesome. So we're going to have fun with that. I'm raiding Mizu, and I'm going to raid Miko since Miko is now a member of Lucky. We're going to give her some love as well. So
Nice.
make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow Amal and Kendra as well. I need to get both. Need to get a special message for both of you so that I can tell people to follow you. Anyway, do you guys have anything you want to say
Night, chat.
before we leave?
I shall see thee
All right.
and invade a different stream another day.
All right. You guys have a good night, chat.